big bird. He's a big old bird. Defrosting the thing is going to be an issue with whether we have enough time. I think it is. 20, more than 24 hours. About 18 hours until we put the bird in the oven. But is 18 hours going to be enough time to defrost the whole thing? It's a pretty solid rock. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Marathon does not end up happening at all. Food gets prepared and focused on because I had invited a load of people over to eat a good, proper, may as well be a Christmas dinner, an American Christmas dinner. And it ended up being, surprise, surprise, extremely hard to make, loads of work needed. And for me to go out and go for a mile and a run and a run and a run during it would have been two fingers up with them being like, hey, come on over for this party. And then like, oh, sorry guys, all the food is, not defrosted and shit. It wouldn't, don't do that. That'd be a dickhead thing to do. But it is still, for me anyway, I enjoyed it. I had a great time doing my first Thanksgiving dinner. It was pretty much led entirely by one of my friends who's Canadian, and she was just like, nah, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, do this, canned yams, everyone hates that, don't put marshmallows on the thing. Like, she just knew what to do, and I was just like, all right, off you go, you do your thing. But it's a bit of fun. If you like it, drop it a like. If you want to help out without having to give any money, subscribe. It does help. It makes a big difference because someone else might see it and then they might subscribe, or they might donate because you subscribed. So eat the pudding, 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 eat the pudding. Kinky. Eat the pudding, 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 eat the pudding. I was gonna start when I was gonna take the first run when that was 6 o'clock in the morning, but so I decided I'd start at 10. 10 makes a lot of sense because 10 is a time that I have to get up at. There's two types of anti-seizure medication that I take, and they're 12 hours apart, and they are both at 10. But also 10. Happy Thanksgiving to Hawaii. So you can see here for this bird, because it's so huge, I can still feel that it feels like an ice block. 88 hours it should take in the fridge, and we got it last night. So we're not even off the mark. We're not even leaving. There's already severe problems with the actual dinner part of this this marathon, which I'm gonna kickstart soon enough after I take my seizure medication, and then off I'll go. And actually, I'm very glad I remembered this because I'm not normally terrible at remembering things. I fasted for a couple of days, for 2 days. I wanted to start this because I just wanted to lighten up, and I felt I needed to cut off a bit of fat, and fasting is a really good way to do that. So, visual differences, I'm sure you can see. I can see it anyway. And this has only been, today is Thursday in London, and this was started on Sunday. But it was actually started on Monday. So let's just distract her so she doesn't alter the weight. And that is significant. Okay? Right, 92.5. Let's just make sure there's no possible way I could make myself any lighter. Look at that. That's technically 3 kilos in the difference. 3 kilos. 3 kilograms. Most of that probably won't be body fat because that's just, it doesn't equate to that much. Most of it ends up being just like, your body takes a couple of days to actually digest food and for it to be like completely out of your arse basically. And so what it does is it'll get rid of that. And then there'll be a sort of gap in the middle where of a day or so that you haven't actually got anything processing. I now have something at the start of that, like a colon tract or whatever it's called. And yeah, anyway, but that's it. 3 kilograms lighter. That's a huge amount benefit. If that turkey doesn't work out, that's going to really annoy me today, but I bet I will be very grateful that I did that and made the next run easier, and the run after that easier, and the run after that easier. So, starting off with a big win. She's a bit annoying. Not too annoying. You've done worse. But yeah, first one done. Pretty easy. Pretty handy. Got done 11 minutes, so that means It's a sixth of every hour. So let's see how we get on. So something that I definitely felt while out on that first mile is that I haven't kept up with my Movember trimming, and of all times now is a good time to do it, to enforce my super Captain Price mustache. You're going to war zone, mate. A fun way, it's a bit of crack, to raise money for charity, even if all you're doing is bringing attention, which is often enough. That's all I ask, really. I don't even ask for donations at the moment. Very early stages. It's just the attention of it all. Surprise, surprise that I'm an attention seeker. So all that means is just getting people to tell people, other people, about what I'm getting up to, what the cause is about, the breaking of both world records, and on the way, hopefully make some videos that are a bit interesting for a viewer to watch, and hopefully every so often someone goes, you know what, that lad deserves a fiver, so I'm going to give it to him. And if you yourself end up with something like this during November, a lot of people might just ask, what's with the mustache, and you can help them out. So, spread the good word. Alright, well, I'm happy enough with that. I look significantly stupid. Now, the last thing that I have to do that I do every day now is, because I'm still missing that hair, I don't know if I'm ever going to get it back from the radiotherapy, a buzz everywhere else around, because, I mean, I don't think that looks too bad. I think you'd have to, if I was running past you, you wouldn't notice. And if I was sitting down having a conversation with you, I don't think it would be too off-putting. So this gets done every day now, because I'm not putting a razor to it. No way am I. I'm gonna cut something in the back of my head and look like an idiot. Definitely isn't gonna be accurate, but that's the current PB. I didn't go crazy too early in the day to be pushing myself very hard, but yeah, getting strapped out of my pocket and into my pocket takes a fair few seconds, which does add up. So I'm gonna work off the PBs rather than the complete thing. So number 3, and bringing her back involved in this one. Not gonna bother timing it really though, because she's gonna slow it down, which is fair enough. Ooh, you were powerfully annoying this time, weren't you? Weren't you? Trying to trip people up. I think she did it to 2 people. I was running on one side and then suddenly darted around like a sledgehammer. One of those chompas from Mario. Like trying to do that, sweep around their legs, trip them up. Yeah, bitch. So I finished round 3. Run 3, mile 3. But something that is so the video this is entirely inspired off, I'll make sure I put a link in the description, is this Australian lad who does the exact same thing, exactly the same thing. The only difference is he's not cooking for a load of people. He's not making a Thanksgiving different or Thanksgiving dinner. So something that the 1-to-1 ratio is becoming too much of a problem for me anyway, because I come in sweaty. Like the dog, it takes an extra 5 minutes or so to get the dog ready, and just all little things like that, and they all add up. So what I'm going to start doing now is I'm going to try doing 2 and 2, maybe even 3 and 3 closer to the end of the evening when I have people over, because there's too much cooking to do, and when I come in, I'm a bit airheaded, and I'm just like, wait, what was I doing now? I was doing this. Oh, I was bakery. So we'll see how this works out, and then maybe on another day I might go back and do it normally, but at the moment it's proving a little bit too much for me to try and organize dinner for everybody while doing this running thing. So I'm going to change it a smidge. Now, while you see how hard me and Bren worked to put this dinner in, how about a surprise pop quiz on your Thanksgiving related knowledge? Ooh. So, number 1. On what day is Thanksgiving in the US celebrated? Oh, by the way, if you know the answers to these and you also happen to be American, not as impressive. But if you do and you're not from America, throw it down in the comments, why not? Question number 2. In what year did the first pilgrims arrive in America? And I'll give it to you if it's within 10 years either way. Number 3. What was the name of the ship which first had the pilgrims traveled upon? And B, in that same question, what European country did they travel? From what country? Question number 4. Why did they flee? Why did the pilgrims, why did the pilgrims flee originally? What was their reason? The question number 5. Where did the first pilgrims settle when they arrived on the United States? Number 6. Apart from Turkey, and don't cheat and watch the rest of the video and get it from that, try to be original. Name 3 of the main ingredients typically used in a Thanksgiving dinner, or 3 of the main dishes. Number 7. The first ever Thanksgiving dinner did not feature turkey. Name any of the main meat types used. Question number 8. With whom did the first pilgrims share the festival of Thanksgiving? With whom? Number 9. What were they thankful for? Number 10. In 1789, what did George Washington propose as a different reason for celebrating Thanksgiving? Number 11. Which US president made Thanksgiving a federal public holiday? And number 12, and this is the final one, and if you're Canadian, no big prompts for getting this. Katie, who's featured in the video, is Canadian, so I actually knew this one. In Canada, on what day is Thanksgiving celebrated? In Canada, on what day is Thanksgiving celebrated? Okay, those are your questions. If you know the answers, or however many of the answers you know, make sure you name them if you're going to put that in the comment. And top prizes for whoever gets it. A big smiley face kiss from your boy, Ian Ward. Oh, it looks so disgusting and so beautiful at the same time. Like gross brains or something. Or someone who's just got sick. It's chowder. Say it right. Now I must leave. So much food, cooking going on, thing being prepped. Now I gotta go out and get more stuff, and while getting more stuff, I also need to clock in 3 more miles, which is perfectly acceptable. Just about the right amount of time, because the first person coming over to help out with the cooking will be at 4:30, so I'll be well back in time for that, hopefully, unless I have a big old seizure and die. So if you're like me, and you're dumb and you forget your mask when you go to pick up stuff just because you're on a run, even if you brought a bag, this is the trick. This is your get out of jail free trick. So hopefully you can still hear me alright. Get your t-shirt on. Then get the waist part of it over the nose. Turn it into an 8 at the back. Now you have your mask. If you don't want to terrify people into thinking that you're robbing the place, tuck it into the side like that. And it should work just fine. But if you do want to look like a ninja and freak people out, up over the head. My terrorist / ninja activities have been a success. Alright, I hope that angle isn't awful, because this is This is the king of amateur hour here because I have never done this with a turkey before. Chicken many times, but someone told me that apparently over the phone, oh yeah, be sure not to throw the guts away because we use that for something. And I was like, there are guts in this that they left in? And because it's going to be so late, I thought, seeing as how it's going to be ready when it's going to be Thanksgiving time over in Hawaii, I'm going to go Hawaiian. And wear a stupid white man Hawaiian top with some flowers on it and shit. So, this is the bird now. This is the other bird, by the way. This is Katie.
I'm not even in it. It's fine.
What? Where are you not? Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, the camera is the other way. I'm not an expert.
This is the other bird.
You bitch. I guarantee she's gonna put her foot on something and smush your pie or...
That's fine. I'm into it.
Butternut squash, but it was overcooked. So it tastes like crisps now, doesn't it?
Yeah, literally just tastes like french fries. Alright, should we do pumpkin pie or should we do stuffing?
What do you think would be better for time? That's what we're talking about, by the way.
Well, there you go.
Update! We're getting pissed!
Well, you should tell them.
No.
Okay.
Be a part of it.
Update, stuffing.
And again, as a reminder, while you are watching us party down, make sure you share it around with your mates if you think anyone else is interested in the sort of thing that I'm getting up to. The most important thing at these early stages, I'm trying to run the marathon in 2022. I'm trying to break the world record in 2022, both for how much money that I'll be raising and for the time. But before that, it's actually more important to have a audience that is absolutely massive, because I want to try and do live streams, little things like this, but do them live and have a large audience to be able to contribute the funds towards all the cancer research that we're doing. It's not to be able to cure mine, that's not going to happen, it's just not. It's just because I want to do something that is very hard, that's a big project, so basically my life has some form of meaning, and I think it's important in every aspect of life to always have hard projects to work towards. And so, seeing as how I only really have time for one, I made it as big and as difficult as possible so that it wouldn't just be one that I'd be able to finish off in a month and then, okay, well, what do I do now?
We are live from the Thanksgiving dinner parade of the year!
Fuck yeah! How you doing, man?
Oh, this is so illegal!
It's so illegal right now.
That's pretty. Chris is an illegal man.
Glass.
This was actually accidental soup, but try it now.
Maybe. What?
It was a bit overcooked, but then we tried
What
it.
even
It was
is
like,
it?
oh my god, this is fucking delicious.
Like bad bits of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you guys have milk?
Oh yeah.
Pre-gone tart as well.
Give to charity, etc. Blah blah blah.
Maybe pumpkin.
So remember, when you're watching this, that the most important thing about all of what I'm trying to do is to raise as much of an audience who can then raise as much money as possible for cancer research. You can see that by going onto the website that is on the domain. It's got curecancer.dietrying.com, and then within there you can go on to any of the Just Giving websites. They're associated with 4 different websites, all to do with the exact same sort of thing. It's all to do with cancer research, but it's just done in 4 different countries around the world. You just pick the country that you're associated with most. Probably America, seeing as how this is all aimed at trying a delicious American-style food and try to make, to a gigantic failure, try to add a marathon into it, which did not pan out. I reckon I got about a third of the marathon done at the end and spent the rest of the time watching football and drinking beer. Veganism is cool. Let's all turn vegan.
Yeah, that's cooked.
Katie, what are you grateful for?
I am grateful for friends who make me feel like I'm home.
Aww.
Then you get to come over to our house.
Bag.
I mean,
Brandon,
Thank
what
you.
are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for Katie, who has made this amazing meal for us.
Are you so glad you know a domestic Canadian?
Debbie, what are you thankful for?
Oh yeah.
I'm thankful for my house as well, yeah.
Yes,
Aw,
I'm thankful
so this
for
fucking
Katie.
house isn't good enough for you, no?
Literally, like
Yeah, house parties. Chris is in a fucking house. Bullshit, I'm gonna bleed her after. If you subscribe, you get turkey.
Yeah, you explain it that way.
Like colonial dominance.
What did you just do?
Something that I got on camera.
No, I didn't, but he doesn't know that yet.
Oh,
You know what?
I have found the origin, and
In
no
general,
one would have seen it.
no one would have seen it. What is it?
Jane Austen's Mafia.
No, it's not.
Apparently.
No, that's not the real thing.
Come on.
No, that's different. That's not saying the exact thing.
I know, but like,
This is not why we can have nice things.
But it's basically this is from a well, that's sort of it's from
It's a meme.
the origin is from Ming.
Or just.
Bom, 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 bom.
Have you seen that film?
Yeah.
It is not as good
What
as
are
it is
you
made out to
doing?
be.
I felt the same way.
It like you're watching it and it's like this is great, and then it's like okay, short. It would have been an excellent short,
Yeah.
but like not the full film.
It's one of those films.
Yeah, I was gonna say that feels really
Of its time. To watch it in the 60s on IMAX screen.
Dun 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 dun
Just see what happens with things like
Yeah, it's just boring. Apparently, though, this film's not very good.
Oh! Oh!
Is it good? Nothing gets in or something.
And this would be a good time to remind you guys that if you are broke, like so many of us are, or you just don't care enough to give to a charity, which is perfectly human. Christ knows, I don't do it half the time. Half the time, I barely ever do it. But if I knew that all I needed to contribute to in order to make some sort of a charity do a little bit better, subscribing to a channel and just dropping the like button on this makes it more appealing to more people. It spreads it around, it gets suggested to more people and all that sort of jazz. So that would be really helpful. If you do not have, if you're not invested enough yet, subscribe to the channel and maybe someone else might be invested enough in it, they might like it enough that they will actually donate. So you never know, you clicking like and you clicking subscribe could end up with a financial gain towards the American Cancer Society. She doesn't hate it enough that it's funny.
She also she pees.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
She peed the game. She's not dripping.
Maybe it is funny. Ruin his laptop. Ruin his laptop. Wag your tail more, ruin his laptop. Freaky bitch.